Live from the House of LeMay Makeup and Dressing Room.
Here comes Amber. Stop what you're doing. Here comes Amber. She's just doing what she can. Here comes Amber. Cue the spotlight. Here comes Amber with 2 drinks in her hand. The matriarch of fashion, secrets to her glasses, you can't look away. Ask her, does she do it? There's really nothing to it. She's got that feminine game. If you have a party, or if you're feeling naughty, call up the House of LeMay. Here comes your favorite gal. Here comes your queen. Here comes the talk of the town. It's Amber Live tonight. The music starts playing. It's time for cabaret on Amber Live tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off all cell phones and get ready for your host, Amber LeMay.
Hey, happy Sunday, everyone. Oh, I am so excited for tonight's show. But first, you know what I want you to do? I want you to like, share, and subscribe too. Oh yeah, push that subscribe button, won't you? And if you're over there on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. All right, we like that. We'd like to see your thumbs up. All right, before we get started, you know what? It's time for this week's headlines. Well, last week we told you about North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, who kept digging himself deeper in a hole by claiming God created guns for man to defend himself. Television is the devil. And I like that picture. And transgender and gay people are filth. Well, he hasn't stopped digging, and if hell is actually down there, he'll see it soon. This week, he went on another tirade saying, you can go to the doctor and get cut up and go down to the dress shop and get made up, and you can go there and get drugged up, but at the end of the day, you are just a drugged up, dressed up, made up, cut up man or woman. Really? He then went on saying he could prove which gender you're supposed to be by having you drop your pants and by taking a DNA sample to let science prove it. Wait, science? Now he believes in science after being an anti-vaxxer? But don't think this renewed hatred of members of the GLBT community in our country is confined to the State House of Carolina. No. Over in Texas, yes, Texas is still part of the United States, someone is running for governor who is even more righteous, more evil, more nasty than the current governor, Greg Abbott. His name is Don Huffines. And just look at him. No, don't look at him. Russell, take that down. Yeah. At one time, believe it or not, the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services webpage included information about a suicide prevention hotline, GLBT legal services, and questions about defining gender and sexual identity. Yeah, they really did. But then Huffines announced, it's offensive to see Greg Abbott use our tax dollars to advocate for transgender ideology. And out of fear for losing some of those voters who may share those extreme thoughts, Abbott had the link removed. So Abbott wants women to be forced to have babies, but if those babies need help, they're on their own. I hear Mexico is starting to build a wall. Now, Halloween is just 2 weeks from tonight. And if you're having trouble deciding what to wear, look no further than the condiment aisle. Yeah, no. Now, there are a lot of things you can do with catsup or ketchup, whatever. Use it as a base for salad dressing, sauces, or glazes. And who doesn't like sloppy joes? And if you use equal parts ketchup or catsup and kosher salt, you can buff up that tarnished copper to a gleaming shine. But to wear? No. If I wanted to look like a drunken baseball fan, I'd just go order a Fenway Frank in Boston. Sorry, Craig. Now, for you non-sports balls fans, Major League Baseball is in the middle of their league championship series to decide who will be playing in the World Series. And I was wondering, are there any out gay Major League players? Now, on the ice, Luke Prokop came out for the National Hockey League, and Carl Nassab is doing fabulous for the Las Vegas Raiders. But what about our national pastime, baseball? Well, I did some digging in the dugout and lurking in the locker room and found Kieran Lovegrove. Yes, Lovegrove is his name. A player for the AA Rocket City Trash Pandas. Trash Pandas? Well, they're a minor league affiliate team of the Los Angeles Angels. And, well, FYI, as you can see, a trash panda is a raccoon. Who knew? How cute. Anyway, getting back to the Lovegrove, and what position does Lovegrove assume for the Trash Pandas? Pitcher. Yes, he is. Kieran was quoted in an ESPN interview saying, "Baseball is a game of statistics. And if you want to tell me that I'm the only queer person in baseball, I'm just not going to agree with you." Oh my. And he was right. Well, just last month, Brian Ruby, yes, his name is Ruby, a player for the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes, a team in the Mavericks Independent Baseball League, said, "I'm out," and announced he was gay. And what position does he play? You want me to say catcher, don't you? Don't you? Well, he made it to third base. While the odds are neither will make it to the really big leagues, they've offered themselves up as examples for others to come on out to the ball game. And that's this week's headlines. All right. So next we have Russell. Russell, come on in.
Hey, Amber.
You say you're hearing my phone. I don't know what you're hearing.
Is that? I keep hearing a dinging sound.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is. Is it your phone?
No, it's not my phone. Just hear it there.
Yeah.
Well, it's when I plugged in my ether cord, whatever.
Ethernet, yeah.
Yeah, that's when.
Well, you must. Do you have another window open?
Oh,
where messages are coming in?
No. Who's going to message me?
Do you have email open?
No. I don't know. Oh well, that's where it's going tonight. All right, it's going to be one of those nights. All right.
Yes.
So Russell, I know we've got new viewers tonight. So how's the best way for them to watch?
Well, the best way for everyone to watch is on YouTube. That's our favorite place because on YouTube, you see Amber in full HD in all her glory. So we highly recommend that you watch on YouTube. And while you're there, if you can like, share, and subscribe, we would appreciate it. In addition, we have a great channel going on TikTok. We've got 11,500 followers on TikTok, and they are growing every day. So we recommend that you go over to TikTok. We got a lot of material on there that's not part of the show, and we've got parts of the show. So a lot of great fun there.
Yeah, on TikTok now we're up to what, 11,500 people or something like that.
Yes, we are, and it's growing like crazy. So very happy about that. Thank you to everyone who followed us, and if you haven't followed us, please do because that helps us out.
Yes. All right, so let's see, Amber Chat. We want you to find out what we're doing every Wednesday night. We do Amber Chat, and we're having a lot of fun with that. Every Wednesday we talk for about an hour about Oh, well, we had for dinner. Well, we've been watching on TV and anything in the news or whatever. We've been sharing with so many people. It's amazing that the people that we talk to, they're from all over the world, actually. And well, the United States, we have people from Hawaii, Montana, California, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, Florida, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Newfoundland, England. It's just amazing. And Australia, we've had Australia too come in and talk to us. Yes. All right. What is Kim saying there? A shout out to Angelos, my son. He's turning 16 tomorrow. Okay. Cousin Craig will be happy to meet him. That's for sure.
Happy birthday and stay in Ohio. But I do want to mention, you see this pin I'm wearing tonight.
Yes.
Is an Amber's Crew pin, and that's the Wednesday Night Gang has dubbed themselves the Amber's Crew. And Gary Buck, our friend, has made these great pins. And if you watch on Wednesday night, you can find out how to get one of them. So come on over on Wednesday night. Join us for a lively chat about all kinds of things, including some that sometimes get us in trouble on TikTok. So we need to watch that this week. But other than that, it's a lot of fun, and we've got some amazing pins. So come on over and join us.
Any trouble we get into, I blame Leah from Newfoundland or Bridget from Illinois. They're the ones who get us in trouble. Yeah, that's all right. Let's see what else is going on. So talk about your favorite subject there, Russell.
My favorite subject is the bustiers, the people who help keep this show running, and it's really important. We've got some great stuff coming up that's going to need some funding, and so your help, your assistance, your support is highly important to the show. You can support Amber Live using Venmo at RJD Pro, or you can go to amberlive.tv and look for the support Amber Live button if you don't have a Venmo account. And any amount you can give is a huge help. But if you give $25 or more, you get one of the great Amber Live stickers. If you give $100 or more, you get a sticker and a magnet of our logo. And for $300 or more, you get a sticker, a magnet, and a mug. And the mugs are pretty awesome. So I recommend that. Again, it's Venmo at RJD Pro or amberlive.tv. You can go there and show your support. And there's one of the mugs.
Yes. All right, Russell, what's our caption picture tonight?
Yes. We have a great caption picture tonight. So if you've got a funny caption for this picture, send it in the comments. Send it to Jack, label it as a caption so he knows what it is, and he'll collect those. And then at the end of the show, we can talk about what's going on there. That's going to be a lot of laser tattoo removal in a few years.
Ooh, I don't know about that. That's what I'd like. All right, we got that taken care of. Now, introduce our guest for tonight.
Do we have a great guest tonight? Now, this guest, I think it's her third or fourth time on the show. It is an old and dear friend, Yolanda. But tonight we're doing the deep dive into Yolanda's history, where Yolanda came from, how Yolanda got to where Yolanda is today, and where Yolanda is going tomorrow, because there are big plans.
Yes,
There's a lot going on.
A very dear and old friend, and I'm just happy to meet her. So let's get on to that.
Amazing music.
All right.
All right.
Well, talk to you later, Russell.
Amber. Have a good.
Yes. So our only guest tonight is Yolanda. She's been on the show, as Russell said, 3-4 times. It's been several times for different reasons, but she's got some new news coming up. And I've known Yolanda for well over 25, close to 30 years. And so it's just a pleasure to have her back in the studio. So Yolanda, come on in. Let's talk. Oh, Yolanda, it's so good to see you. And I know just the thought of seeing you and hearing about you has many people smiling tonight. So I'm glad to have that happen. All right. So yes. So Yolanda, let's catch some people up. Give us the elevator talk on where you started and what brought you to Burlington, Vermont back in the 90s.
Yes. Oh my God. Well, so I was born and raised in Alabama, in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, which is called the hit recording capital of the world. So I grew up around music and learning to sing and play guitar and all that. A lot of things happened, and eventually I went to college, majored in musical theater, of course, wanted to move to New York City, did that, met the Radical Fairies in the late 80s, and by 1993, the Radical Fairies had created a commune.
So Yolanda, how would you describe the Radical Fairies?
Oh, good point. Well, let's see. Basically, I would say a group of diverse queer people who really celebrate the divine feminine. And that was really where I got my foothold at understanding myself as Yolanda, because now, I mean, it's been a long journey and I'm sure we'll talk a lot about it, but now I understand myself as trans-femme genderqueer, which before I didn't understand, you know what I mean? So the fairies, meeting the fairies sort of helped me begin to call myself Yolanda on a regular basis and live into that, you know what I mean? And then we lived in Northfield for a while, and then we had to leave that place. We were living in a like an old ski lodge, and we had to leave that place, and we didn't have our land down in Southern Vermont yet, so I moved to Burlington. Good choice. And met you and Marguerite and, you know, like the whole gang, Cherry Tart, and, you know, just we began performing, and it was so amazing, you know. And I, of course, created the band Yolanda and the Plastic Family. And then at that time, Cherry Tart and I had the TV show like you're doing now, but that was called the Cherry Tart Show, but Cherry and Yolanda Show, but that was on public access. So just, you know, a lot of things happened and people got to know us. And then in 1999, I began to get invites to come back to New York to play at CBGB's at a event called HomoCore, which was
okay, I'm going to take a time out. There.
Yeah.
So no, you started performing here in Burlington as
I
Yolanda,
I did.
With our good friend Stephen West, also known as Cherry Tart.
Yes.
And that created the drag scene. I mean, at Halloween there'd be people dressing up, you know, and things like that, but there was never really any committed drag queens in Burlington at that time. I guess there were in years past, but at that time, you and Cherry revitalized the drag scene, and that's when my good friend Mike Hayes and Bob Bolliard said, they're having fun.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Absolutely.
And that's what started us, was the watching you and Cherry doing what you did. And we said, yes, let's do that. And so that's when we started, and was like 28 years ago. And so I've often blamed you. That there wouldn't be me without you.
I feel that so strongly, because, you know, we're still here, like you say, and we've stuck around and we've gone through a lot of stuff. And, you know, I couldn't be happier about having been an influence, you know, on the Burlington scene, because you guys certainly healed my heart. I mean, I was pretty lost when I moved to Vermont and when I landed in Burlington, and you know, the whole experience of being there and being just taking life by the balls, as we say, you know, and just living into your authentic self and then inspiring other people to do the same. Really, it's amazing, like, what has happened all these years, you know.
And to talk about that, I'm hearing an echo somewhere.
Let me turn my mic down. Maybe that helps.
Yeah. Okay. So to talk about that, Russell Dreyer, our producer there, produced and directed a documentary about the House of LeMay called Slingbacks and Syrup. And it debuted 13 years ago this week at the Vermont International Film Festival. And you supplied the music for it. And we have a clip from that. So I'd like to show that.
Cool.
Their continued presence in Vermont, highlighted by their outrageous outfits,
had made the LeMays an important and highly accepted part of the community. Many things changed in Vermont during the first 15 years I have been friends with the members of the House of LeMay. For example, the long fight for gay marriage had led to the creation of civil unions. Countless people worked hard to create these changes in Vermont, and during this period the LeMays stood tall in their heels and continued to perform. They even created original shows on the subject of civil unions. When they saw opportunities to put themselves in front of the heavy hitters of Vermont politics, they threw on a wig and a dress and jumped at the chance to meet Governor Howard Dean, Senator Patrick Leahy, and even Bill Clinton's Deputy Secretary of Education, Madeline Kunin. By being a continued presence in Vermont, by teaching through laughter and example, and by following their path toward their dreams, the LeMays have made a difference and had helped to change the world around them, not to mention changing me.
Yeah, well, people always put me down in my hometown. I was hard for them to understand. They could see it in my eyes, but they didn't realize that I was from a different land. Well, I remember puberty when I showed a propensity for wearing women's lingerie. My mind took me to a place in outer space to search for people like me. And when they come to take me home now, I'll be too far away to telephone. Whoa, because I'm an alien love child. Don't you know that I'm an alien love child? Don't you know that I'm an alien love child? Don't you know that
So Alien Love Child, wasn't that great? Alien Love Child, when did you write that song?
Well, I actually wrote that when I lived in Northfield, and I had just moved, to Vermont and was living there, and all of these songs came to me. That's actually the same time when I wrote We Are Angels, so this whole theme of aliens and angels has sort of been following me throughout my life, really. But that song is basically what we're basing my musical on. It's called The Church of the Alien Love Child Presents the Passion of You. I know. So that song, well, it resonates with people, that feel like outsiders, and as I was growing up in Alabama, I certainly, it was 1956 when I was born. So, that was I really felt like an outsider, but yeah, I just really, appreciate that burst of creative energy that came to me, when I moved to Vermont. It was just something, so nurturing about, being there and being with the fairies and calling myself Yolanda. And then all of this creative energy came, and like you say, we created the scene there,
Right, the Winners of Drag Ball. The Winners of Drag Ball.
Winners of Drag Ball. That
you started that 27 years ago.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and we'll be having the next one in February, and we've already started planning, and we hope you can make it up for that. So time out again, and yes. We'll come back with more from Yolanda. Right. Take a breather there, girl. So people have been saying, "Where's Rusty Peen? We haven't seen Rusty Peen for a while." Well, we're going to show you what Rusty Peen's been up to.
Thinking and drinking with Rusty Peen.
Painting tip number 1, bud. Start with the plastering. Yup. Okay, bud. Now that we're plastered, time for step 2. Rolling. Okay, bud. Now that it's all mixed up, it's time for the rolling. Just roll it up, roll it right up, bud. Just try to get it even. Spread out, shut out, eco distribute, shoot, distribute. Dude, just make sure it's fucking even. mycket de har ändå jobbet kör han gör ändå ja. Good. All rolled up and ready to go, bud.
So that's what Rusty's been doing, some home remodeling. Maybe you can hire him to come over to your house and do some rolling and plastering. He's pretty good at it, that's for sure. All right, Yolanda, come back in. So, Yolanda, you have a big event coming up this week. Tell us about that.
Oh, I do. So in 2016, a team of artists and writers here in New York City, we all got together and we decided to create a musical about my life, okay? Because it's crazy. So we've worked really hard all these years, and we've had one big, huge stage production, and we were going to have another one in 2020, but of course, COVID hit and all that. So 2020 and 2021, we decided to create what we're calling a concept album for the musical. And it's really doing great because we're incorporating the libretto and the songs together, and you can hear it really close up like you're in the theater itself. So we're premiering the first EP of this series on Tuesday night, and I'm so excited.
All right, we have a couple of songs we'd like to show, and the first one, can you tell us anything about that?
Oh, I don't know which one we're doing now.
It was the one I mispronounced the title of.
Oh, Waheguru. Okay,
yes.
So so since COVID, I've been writing and recording a lot. That's what I've been doing all of this time. And so in 2020, I put out an album called Yolanda Nanda, which is my interpretation of Sanskrit mantras, which I just love. They're powerful and they feel good. They get all in your body and just give you a lot of positive energy. So this one is called Waheguru, and it's about the inner teacher, the inner guide that we all have, that voice. My husband says, the voice that likes you. We call that Waheguru.
Well, let's watch that song.
Okay.
Part of it, yes.
We are expressions of the greatest, the sacred mystery that eliminates the darkness from our minds and turns us toward the light of love. We are blessed with this glorious journey. Waheguru Ji Kao Kao Sa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fate Fate, Waheguru Ji Kao Kao Sa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fate Fate, Waheguru Ji Kao Kao Sa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fate Fate, Waheguru Ji Kao Kao Sa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fate Fate. I live to tell It is well with my soul. I have confidence in who I am. We live to tell our stories together. I have confidence in who we are.
So how cool. So where did you record that?
Well, I work now with a recording group called Recording Artist Development here in New York City. And this is a professional recording group. It's so interesting because what we do is we reach out to the queer community and we invite people in who are musicians and are just getting started and want to write songs and tell their stories. And I've been involved with them now for, I guess, about 5 years. And they have really helped me find this new voice, you know, and the production values are so great. We get critiques from people in the industry and things like that. So we tweak as we go along. When you enter the program, it's like a 10-week program to work on your songs, you know. And so we get critique along the way and feedback, and we tweak and it comes out, I just think, really gloriously. And that's who produced Wahi Guru and the CD Yolanda Nanda, and produced the EP I'm going to release on Tuesday. Yeah.
All right, we have another song called "Lay All Your Love." Tell us about that.
Oh, Lay All Your Love on Me was recorded for an album here in New York City called Abolitious. Now, when I left Vermont and moved back here to New York in 2001, their Mamma Mia was beginning to open on Broadway, and a group of us drag queens here in New York City created this album as a tribute to ABBA, and we called it Abolitious. So this is
I love it.
cover.
I love it. Yes. Let's show this one.
I wasn't jealous before we met. Now every woman that I see is a potential threat. Yeah. I am possessive. It isn't nice. You heard me saying that smoking was my only vice. But you know it isn't true, and it's all because of you. And all I've learned has been overturned. I beg of you, don't go wasting your emotion. Just lay all your love on me. It was like shooting a sitting duck. A little small talk, a smile, and baby, I was stuck, yeah. I still don't know what you've done to me, yeah. A grown-up woman should never fall so easily.
So when was that recorded?
I think we recorded that in 2006.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is so. And I agree with Johnny there saying, love the abolitionist one, because we've listened to that many times when putting our makeup
Really?
on, ready to go out. Yeah, and Hedda Lettuce,
Oh,
we're old friends with Hedda
so
Lettuce as
funny.
well.
Yes, absolutely. Remember when Hedda came to Burlington that time?
Oh, she came to Burlington, and within 24 hours, she read us all. All right. Yes, she was. All right, Yolanda, we're going to take a little break here, but we'll come back at you to talk about more about your musical. So stand by there. All right, Russell, come on in. Yes, Russell, we've got more to talk to Yolanda about. We've got my top 5 of the week, which is funny, I believe. And we got Rocco coming up, and who knows what else is going to happen. We've got the caption contest, or not contest. Show us that picture again. Let's get some reactions.
There it is. If
there.
you've got a great
Yes.
caption for that, please send it into Jack. He loves to sit there and laugh and get ready for the end of the show when he gets to talk all about the captions. So I can't wait to see what comes in on that one.
Yes, I thought that was a good one. Yeah. All right. And one more plug for the Bustiers.
Yes, let's not forget the Bustiers. We do need your help. You keep us going. There's Venmo at RJD Pro where you can send your support, or use the amberlive.tv support Amber Live button. And that really does keep us going here. So thank you all to our Bustiers.
You know what? I really like looking at that list, just to show our appreciation, but also just the people who are there. There are some people who have known me, Amber LeMay, for 25, 28 years, or so. But there's also people who've just found our show and have been guests on the show who have contributed to it continuing. And what, Russell, is this our 80th show?
I think this is our 80th show. Yeah.
80th show. Yes. How many months is that?
That's almost as many shows as you are old.
As Yolanda and I said earlier, we're still here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And you had another special announcement to make too, I believe. Russell.
Yes, we have a special announcement from our friend Rusty Peen.
Before we go any further, bud, make sure that you're liking and sharing and subscribing. And if you see Lucy Bell, make sure you throw her some shade, dude. Lucy Bell said you couldn't understand a word I'm saying. Oh, look at me, I'm Lucy Bell. I'm bitching in the kitchen. I'm making a crawfish casserole with rum chata, dude.
Yeah, last week Lucy Bell did have some things to say about Rusty Peen. So I can't wait till next week. Maybe Lucy Bell will have something. We'll have a little confrontation there. All right. Yolanda, come back in. Okay. So you mentioned the musical before.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, how do we get hold of you if we wanted to get off for the EP thing on Tuesday?
Oh, yes. Okay. So all the information you will need to join on Tuesday and to buy the CD, the EP, and to follow us and find out more news about the musical. Everything you need is right there. AlienLoveChildMusical.com.
All right. And before we get more on the musical, I just want to reiterate that you also do the Drag Queen Story Hour.
Yes.
That is going gangbusters for you.
It is. We have, so, here in New York City, I forget how long, it hasn't been that long that Drag Queen Story Hour has started here in New York. So I want to say 6 years, maybe a little bit more, but not very long. But once again, I was at the beginning of the Drag Queen Story Hour movement here in New York City, and now it's taken off all over the place. In Vermont, you have Emoji and
Nikki, yes,
Nikki doing it. So it's really taken off right quick, and I have to say it's so rewarding in my life, because what I see is when I get to read stories, to the children. Of course, their parents and caregivers are there, and I get to see, young queer kids being nurtured and loved for who they are and supported in their journey. And then I get to see parents who are doing this, you know, and really supporting, you know, the diversity that they want their children to see in the world, you know. That
How exciting! How exciting!
It is.
And you're still doing your 2 drinks minimum show?
Yes, we do that. Okay, so we started what we call Church with a 2 Drink Minimum,
Yes.
which actually was the inspiration for the musical Church of the Alien Love Child. But anyway, we started Church with a 2 Drink Minimum a long time ago, actually. Yeah. And we were doing it in all the bars and clubs and everything here in New York City until COVID, of course. And then now we continue to do it online with hosted by a group called awakeningtogether.org. And it has we've been able to reach more people, actually, people from all over the world, like you were saying before,
Yes.
you know. So
Yes.
there are pros and cons, right, about having adjusted ourselves to online performances. There are certainly pros and cons to that. We have not been able to go back to the clubs yet in New York City, but we plan to. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
And you brought some of that show up to one of the Winter is a Drag Balls, and it was phenomenal.
It was so
but
fun.
we've got the trailer for your musical, so let's watch
good.
that. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right now.
That is so exciting. So, how did you start the process of writing the musical, and what's the process, and where are you in that process?
Well, okay, so 2016, I was doing one of my shows at Easton Mountain. Do you know Easton Mountain?
Here in New York. Yeah.
Yep. And after my show, this young radical fairy playwright walked up to me, and he introduced himself. His name is Justin Taylor. He showed a little picture there. He said, "You so inspire me. I would really like to write a play about your story," because I was talking, I was doing my show and telling my stories and things like that. So I was like, oh, well, that's intriguing. Okay, I've already got all the music written because I've been chronicling my story in music for all these years. So we sat down and did a series of interviews. And what came to the surface was my gender journey, my journey with spirituality and art and gender and how they intertwine. And what I realized was, and we wrote this in the play, was speaking to myself, you will be misunderstood until you understand yourself. And that was sort of the key that helped us create this journey. So it's not like a linear thing. It's like, okay, she was born here and this happened and that happened and that. It's about following the path of how I discover my true gender identity and how that intertwines with music and spirituality. So it's been a very interesting process. In 2018, we actually did stage the show, which is why some of those pictures are on stage. And then in 2019, we were doing rewrites with the hopes of staging it again in 2020. But then, of course, all of this happened. So now the concept album is really a good idea because we're getting the connection between the music and the libretto, which was kind of what we were working on in the rewrites. So it's the concept album thing is really doing a good thing for us. And we plan to stage it again in 2023. So next year, 2022, we're going to finish the concept album, and then our staging of it will be in 2023. So
girl, excuse me. You and I were born the same year.
Yeah.
Speed it up.
I know, right? Well, I have to proudly say I turned 65 this year, and I can't believe it.
Oh,
And of course, I know, right?
I laugh every time it says how old are you. I say I'm 65, and I start laughing.
I know, it's ridiculous. But of course, all of us.
But then they go, "You're only 65."
But you know what? It's the greatest time of my life. Like, so, I have a lot of energy. I know that I'll be around for a few more years. So,
Yes, we hope so.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So what do you how do you spend your days, Yolanda? I know you have this project, you have the musical, but when that's not in your mind or that's not your project, what do you do?
Well, lately, and this is the big news, I guess, because I haven't really publicly said it. Maybe I did on one of your other interviews with me, but Glenn and I bought some land in southern Vermont, and we've been driving back and forth from Brooklyn to New York to work on the land for we bought it in 2020, May of 2020. So we've actually been working on it now for about a little over a year and a half. And that is really a lot of work too. So my, my off time from performing is really about getting our land together and getting our home together, because my goal, my dream is to, live in Vermont again. And, I'll always keep my apartment here in New York. And of course I'll go back and forth to do things, but Vermont is special to me, and it's where I want to live, so.
What drew us here? What drew us here to Vermont? Because I grew up in the Midwest, and I ended up in Vermont. You grew up in Alabama. You ended up in Vermont. Something drew us here.
Mississippi, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Yeah, Lucy Bell was our foreign exchange student from Mississippi.
I know. How did we all get there?
There's something special. Is it the lake? Is it the mountains? Yeah. Is it Champ? I don't know what it is, but something definitely brought us together.
Yeah.
All right. So after the musical, what do you want to do with your land? That's okay. Let me get back to your land. What would you like to do with that land?
Yeah, that's really cool because so our dream for that is sort of like a sustainable permaculture type place where we would grow our own food and as much food as we can for everybody around and that kind of thing. We want to create like a sanctuary, for ourselves and for community, for queer community. And it just so happens that in that little town where we bought land, it's called Wyndham. It's very small, and it's about 20 miles north of Brattleboro. There just happened to be a lot of queer folk in that area. Who knew?
Yeah.
So we're making friends and we're creating community, and we're the intention is to create a what we're calling a food forest. So we have flat land where we can grow vegetables and things like that, and we want to have some animals, and then our land sort of slopes up and we have this beautiful, gorgeous forest, So in there we want to cultivate, there's some apple trees and different types of fruit trees in there. So we want to cultivate that and just make it beautiful and lush and, hopefully have enough food, to feed ourselves and our friends and our community.
So how many acres? What's the acreage?
It's 4.5 acres.
Wow.
And it's right off a paved road, which is actually really good because for a while I lived in Huntington off a dirt road, and in the winter it was really hard.
Yeah.
So even though we're out in the country and everything, I just kind of really wanted a paved road. So we have this really accessible road at the front of our property, and then it slopes up and spreads out like this for 4.5 acres, and it's just glorious. We have a pond and trees, and you gotta come when we get out.
Oh, definitely. Build a stage.
Yeah, that's one piece of it. Yeah, too. So a performance area, all of that. You know what I mean? Like that's our dream. So
well, how exciting! Let's show that email or the address again for this Tuesday nights, or how you can get contact with alienlovechildmusical.com. That tells everything what's going on Tuesday with the Elong Play record as well as the musical. So you want to check that out. Yolanda, so good to talk to you.
Amber, in the course of these long interviews, sometimes things get forgotten. And it's not you tonight, but Yolanda sent in a picture that I think she wanted to show tonight, and we didn't get around to it.
It brings back old memories, and
it brings back old memories. Yeah.
Oh, taken by our good friend Matt Thorson. Correct? Yes. Was that Matt? Yes. Oh my God! And that was published in Out in the Mountains, which was the gay newspaper. Oh, the hubbub about that!
Oh, I was crazy. I was so outrageous back then, just trying to shock folks.
Oh, who caused more trouble, you or me?
I don't know. Let's flip a coin.
But we both did.
We did. We were provocateurs.
All right. Before you leave, we're gonna to close out this segment. We're gonna play Angels. Tell us the story about the song. Angels.
Well, once again, I wrote this at Fairy Camp Destiny when I lived in Northfield, and I happened to be dating a man that worked with developmentally disabled people. And he called them his angels, and he would refer to them as struggling to be human. And, the angels struggling to be human just made so much sense to me. It just felt like that was my life, So I wrote it sitting in my bedroom. It all came just like that,
Well, it is a special song that we all associate with you. And it brings tears every time we hear it. And Yolanda, thank you so much. Congratulations on your journey so far, and good wishes on your future journeys. And may our paths cross many, many more times.
Absolutely, my love. And tell Lucy Bell and Marguerite, give them my love, okay?
I will. Thank you so much. And here is Angels.
Okay. So we begin.
Why do you feel so out of place? So out of touch with the human race? You don't seem to understand why your brother won't lend a helping hand. Why do people tear apart your tender heart? Why does the nighttime seem so dark when the light shines inside your heart? We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. You tell me of the things you feel. You push away, then you pull me near. You tell me of your fantasy. I love the way that you've gone sleep. Why is it so hard to love the one you've been dreaming of? Don't you see yourself in me? Don't you see what we can be? We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. Time heals all pain. That's the way of the world. Time will bring you round again. Ooh, that's the way of the world. We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Roger Anthony Yolanda Mapes.
Now what I'm noticing is where I'm stuck. You know, how I judge other people by the way they look or what they're saying or, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so I'm finding my obstacles that stand in the way of my peace.
What a special song, a special message, a special person. Thank you, Yolanda. Always, always. Okay, so getting back to the show, Halloween and Columbus / Indigenous Peoples Day aren't the only days being celebrated in October. So here are my top 5 less celebrated October holidays. Number 5, National Edge Day, which happens to be today. I was all excited about this until I did my research and found out it is a holiday designed for people who are living a straight edge lifestyle. Straight edge lifestyles are characterized by avoiding the use of recreational drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. How the heck can you celebrate a holiday avoiding drugs and or alcohol? That's just weird. Number 4, well, yesterday was National Department Store Day. Now, I read Department Store Day was established to recognize the great benefits they have brought to our lives. Notice the great benefits were presented in the past tense. In commemoration, I hear Amazon had a 1% off sale. Number 3, International Sloth Day is coming up on the 20th. Again, I was excited when I heard this because when I hear sloth, I think about sloth being one of the 7 capital sins and is considered the most difficult sin to define. I love a challenge. But then I found out what they're celebrating is the rodent from South America. And while I'm impressed that their metabolism is so slow, they only need to relieve themselves twice a week, I'm still more interested in the sinning. Number 2, set aside October 26th because it's National Financial Crime Fighter Day. Seriously? Maybe that's why so many of these crooks never get caught. They only go after them one day a year. And the number 1 less celebrated day in October is, Well, while it occurred on October 4th, I'm still celebrating National Vodka Day. Social, and that's my week's top 5. All right, it is a social. All right, let's see, who do we have in the green room still? It is Rocco Zamboni.
Hey,
Rocco,
how you doing, huh?
I'm doing fine. I'm still celebrating National Vodka Day. What are you celebrating?
I'm celebrating Diet Root Beer Day. I think that's October 3rd. I don't know.
Diet root beer. Ooh, that's
Hey,
nice.
Sometimes you got to take it easy when you get up as early as I do.
Yeah. So
No.
why? Oh, you got to go read that erotic poetry to the nurses. That's why you have to get up early.
I sit up all night writing this stuff. Then I got to get up early and read this stuff. It's a long process, Hey, Larry, what's up?
Hey, Larry says hello from Florida. All
I love
right.
Larry. Love that guy.
Yes. So, Rocco, what do you have to talk about this week?
Well, first off, I want to talk about Reverend Yolanda.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I was listening to her music earlier today. I loved it. It was fantastic. I got to check out that show on, was it Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah, I got to check that out. It is great.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Well,
Russell,
I don't know.
Throw that address back up there again.
Throw it up.
Russell. Yes. We want to make everyone to make sure they see that. Yes.
I'm going to check that out for sure.
Yes. You probably have a few alien love childs, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's some. I traveled. I expanded. I traveled, and then I came home.
Yes.
God knows what I left there.
I hear you went to the Miss Universe pageant looking for Miss Uranus, but that's.
I missed Uranus. I'm sorry. I'll get better aim. What can I say?
Okay.
So I don't know if you know this about me.
No.
But I am also a reverend. Back in the 80s, I had a church going on. It was the Church of the Immaculate Paycheck because I had it with Donald Trump. Yeah, he was all right back then, a little. So we kind of went in on his church thing. You get tax breaks and stuff for tax-free and exempt. And so we did this, and it was great. We didn't have altar boys, though. We had altar girls. You had to be 19 and hot. And you know what? They had, like, swimsuit. It was like a beauty pageant. They'd be walking down the aisle saying, strutting their stuff, and we'd be blessing them for sure. It was great. Let me tell you, the holy water, it's hard to clean up sometimes.
Yes, I'm sure it is. The sacrament you must have made.
Oh, I made some sacraments, let me tell you. So it was great, we did it for a while. I'm still a reverend, though, a reverend. I'm a reverend.
So are you allowed to perform marriage ceremonies? I know I am.
I am. I actually am.
Yes.
I can do it. I've done 2 in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But, I do more.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Kim, how you doing?
Yeah, Kim from Ohio says hello. Yes, the Buck Bunch there in Ohio are big Rocco fans.
I gotta love that.
They're part of the Amber Crew on Wednesday night. So thank you very much for watching. Yes.
Let me tell you, I love the Amber Crew. Wednesday nights is the place to be. There.
That's right. What else you gonna do?
I don't make it every week because I got obligations that keep me from being where I want to be. But it's still great, and I love it.
Yes. Oh, so Leah's doing something weird. She's from Newfoundland, and they do weird things up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I would try it. I want to go up and hang with her. I'm telling you, she seems like a lot of fun.
Well,
and I looked up Screech Rum.
Yeah.
It's supposedly somewhere around where I live, and I'm gonna go check it out tomorrow.
Yeah, it's if you watch the show Come From Away, which is being broadcast now, it's a Broadway musical that's set in Newfoundland. They talk about Screech Rum, and Leah says it's pretty weird, but it's not available in Vermont. So I'm hoping Jack will bring some up with him when he comes up to visit from New York, because I'm sure he can find it.
Maybe we could send you some too.
That'd be fine.
I
like
think
that.
the post office still operates, right?
They say nothing's flammable. They don't want you to send flammable things. And I think the Screech rum might be flammable.
That's true. If it's good, it is anyway.
Yes.
Otherwise, I don't think I want to drink it.
So, Rocco, anything else going on in your life?
Yeah, I've been filming some stuff, with, dare I say, Cousin Cooter. We're working on some projects, and I might have some other family members involved in future projects, too. I'm sort of trying to dig them out of their holes or whatever the hell they call their house.
Great.
So we got some things going on. I was hoping to show you something tonight, but I'm working with non-cooperative people. So,
Russell and Jack.
Yeah, them. They suck. Especially that Russell. Holy
Yeah.
So I got them. I got a few projects on the make, and I'm working on something else. It's going to be a stage musical.
Oh yes. What?
Oh yeah.
Tell us more.
You're familiar with the chorus line, right?
Oh yes.
Well, this takes place in a hospital kitchen, and it's called a tray line. And it's going to be about hospital kitchen workers singing about what a miserable existence they got.
Oh, yes. I can just see that happening right now.
I hope nobody steals my idea because it's so fantastic,
Yes.
I mean, picture old lunch ladies dancing on tables and stuff, high kicks. I think it's gold.
Oh,
gold.
I really like. So Rocco, you had a birthday this week.
Yeah, I did on Monday. It was fantastic.
What did you do? Anything special?
Yeah, I went out for dinner. I ate some fish.
Fish? Yeah, I bet you did.
I did.
That's
fish and tacos. What can I say?
Well, very nice. By yourself, I assume.
Oh, of course. I meet people there, and they sit with me, and I eat with them.
Okay,
I'll see a table with a couple of ladies, and I say, "Hey, I'm Rocco. It's my birthday." They're like, "Oh, hey, Rocco, let me buy you a drink." And then one thing leads to another, and I got a couple of free drinks.
Well, that's good for you. Whatever works. That's.
I got methods galore.
Anything coming up this week? Oh, someone wants to know if you ate the tongue. Leah wants to see. She's weird. She's weird. She's from Newfoundland, and she's weird.
I gotta hang with her. I'm telling you. No, I
think she's talking about the cod tongue because she likes cod tongue.
I know. What the heck is going on?
I don't know.
I think she'd be a trip though. We gotta hang out.
Yes, she needs to come to the States because I don't think you or I can cross the border. So she needs to come this way.
We just wouldn't be able to come back. Maybe I don't know.
Well, Rocco, you have a good week. Nice talking to you, buddy.
Amber, bye, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Birthday. All right. Yes, nice hearing from Rocco. Hey, Jack, come on in and tell us about some captions.
Amber, beef tongue is really good. If you ever get a chance,
she's talking about cod tongues.
I don't know about that, but I know that beef tongue is really good. It's
okay.
A good cut of meat.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know if you saw, but Lucy Bell had some things to say about Rusty Peen. Yeah,
Lucy Bell had some things last week to say about Rusty Peen, and I think that Rusty Peen was well justified in what he said about Lucy Bell.
So too. All right, so show us some of the comments we had about
seems to be on Team Lucy Bell about the whole thing.
Yeah, Two Toads. Yeah, that's from Montana.
Yeah.
Show us that picture, Russell, and we'll read the comments.
So I've got a whole bunch of comments from Kim and from Josh who had a lot to say about this. We had everything from "I am back" to Trump Angel to "See, now my lips are big enough to kiss Nass from here." Or N-ass. I'm not quite sure what that one is all about.
I think Kim was being polite.
Oh, okay. Well, better her than me. Kiss me, you fool. And that is all that I have. I have that from Cupid.
Cousin Craig and Shar from Sacramento. Nothing from them tonight. Big J,
No.
where's Big J?
Cousin Craig is watching the baseball game today.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He has
Any
better
updates on the
things to
score?
do, apparently.
All right, Russell, come on in.
Hello.
Hey, great show. Wasn't it so nice to talk to Yolanda?
It was
listen to her
amazing to hear
music
from
again?
her.
Yeah.
Wow, how exciting
Great to hear
things she
Angels.
does. Oh, my God. Oh,
Such a
Angels.
story and so much work and so much
Yes.
talent.
And
And
like
then
I said,
Rocco.
And
if it wasn't for her, there wouldn't be me. So blame her. Blame Yolanda. So, Russell, who do we have coming up next week?
Oh my goodness. Next week, do we have a great guest yet again? This one comes thanks to our good friend Janet, who helps us out. And we have Paolo Presta from the streaming show A Spoonful of Paolo. And Paolo has been around a while. He's been on Will and Grace. He does the Hollywood scene, but his show A Spoonful of Presta is a talk show where he interviews people, Amber. Can you believe it? But he has interviewed everyone from Oprah down. They have been on his show, so you were going to have some great things to chat with him about.
I can't wait.
I
can't wait.
He seems to be very positive and fun. He's on TikTok as well, and it's going to be a good interview, I think. So,
I can't wait. Can't wait. Very good. That's exciting. And Wednesday we'll do Amber Chat. Yes.
See, Jack's got his pin on too.
Yes. I haven't got
the other
mine
yet.
Jack.
Yes,
it's mirrored here. I'm used to the Zoom function where it shows you, what you want to see, but now it's all backwards.
The male development's a little slower, apparently.
Apparently. All right. Well, thank you guys for a great show, and we'll see you next week. Yes, thank you. Bye, Jack. All right. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed doing it. And if you like this show, or if you missed some of the past shows, go over to amberlive.tv or on our YouTube channel, and you'll find them. That's all the recipes from Bitchin' in the Kitchen, the past Rusty Peens, some Rocco Zamboni, a lot of stuff over there. So make sure you watch that. But we'll be back next week, Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to be there. Hope you will be too. Bring it on, Bug and Shug. Bring it on.
Do you think Amber will ever stop doing this show? As long as the liquor store delivers, she will keep on going. Wow, this could go on forever. We will become two grumpy old men in box seats shouting insults at the stage. I think that's been done.